That's all who we're all trying to get. And the person who coaches a local basketball team, and in so doing has substantially reduced the players' exposure to crime and drugs, they're our customers. The person who plays football, who acts as a volunteer at local school, that's our customer. And we need to deliver also the fun factor in having, in fact, having fun should be our priority, shouldn't it? We want to make sport great. It's a great thing to be here. We're all here because we want to be in sport. We're not here under sufferance, are we? But it's important that we also attach to that some fun. And the best hope we have is the best hope that we can have for getting people involved in sport. Life's miserable enough, isn't it? You know, it isn't it? I mean, like last weekend was miserable as well, wasn't it? But it's about having a bit of fun. So let's make sure that as we're investing, that sport means fun, not hard work, not pressure, not everybody being held to it. Let's raise the level of this, because that actually will make more people want to do it. The next area, fourthly, is government. Because I believe where government is failing at the moment is that we are still in silos. Department of Health, you've got the Home Office, you've got DCMS, you've got Department of Education, or whatever it's called these days. And in fact, we're all trying to do the same thing. And we have to strengthen the way that we work holistically across government. And to demonstrate to government that's why they should invest in sport. And I'm encouraged, as it happens, by the new set of public service agreements, these are the sort of statements that government's going to do as part of its spending plan, which set out a clear number of areas whereby the PSA targets relate to the very thing that we're doing. I won't go through them all, but there's everything from improving health and well-being of children and young people to building more cohesive and empowered active communities and so on. There is, across the whole range of the comprehensive spending review announcements, a number of targets and a number of PSA measurements that require us to increase in regular volunteering, adult participation in sport, and children and young people participation in high quality PE and sport. It's in the spending review. We've got as much reason to go and knock on other people's doors to say, that's across government, we need you to work with us and help us. But we also need to give them their dividend for what they need as well. And the Active People Survey will allow you to measure progress and annually against all of those indicators as we move forward. And the fifth and final thing I want to mention is that we all need to build a new and stronger relationship with the private sector. I've strengthened the Sport England board. It now draws on both the private as well as the public sector. And I'm determined that we tap into the expertise and know-how of the private sector. You're a private sector chairman of your county sports partnership. In the words that I've had with him this morning, I can hear he's running this as a business. I'm running this as a business. That doesn't mean to say it's nasty and it's horrible and you've got to make, God forbid, make profit. This is about actually running things efficiently where people understand what they have to do and how they have to do it. And whether you're advising on a planning application or jointly working to develop a scheme for sustained participation, the private sector needs a fair chance. Now let's make no mistake, if we have a substantial increase in profitability for the private sector in sports provision, that's great news. As long as we see constant reinvestment back into sport, which they're bound to. And I recognise we have a strong role in championing the opportunity for the private sector in providing new facilities, but also championing them to run some of our existing facilities. There is no doubt that in the Active People measurement of participation, that the sports that were showing substantial participation, that would not be the case if some of that participation wasn't being undertaken in private facilities. It is not a public sector game on its own. It's the partnership of everybody. Now at Sport England we are creating a new commercial unit also, and I've just appointed, for the first time of our history, a commercial director, Thomas Godfrey. And he has been tasked to bring into sport for me to work with you to invest £50 million by 2012. First week, we think we have landed a major supermarket deal for nearly £7 million, of where they want to work with us to invest in community sport. Because I want us to be commercial. I want us to drive an output. And if I can find a way to get the private sector to invest in community sport, that's more money for us to be able to achieve our objectives. And you need to think the same, because the same opportunity is available for you at your level. So in conclusion, I want you all to join me and Sport England in delivering a sporting legacy for 2012. You know, we can't afford to fail this. Success means taking a long, hard look at what we do. It means having the guts to change. It means having the courage to try new things and do things differently. I am sure everyone in this room and at Sport England have a role to play in achieving this, and I hope you're up for the journey. Come 2012, when we're all there and we're all brushing the paper cups and the plates away as we go around the stadium, the party's over and everybody's gone away, and you get that flat feeling, what do we have left? I want us to look back and know that we have already increased participation by 2 million people, and in West Yorkshire by 170, and in West Yorkshire 17,000, like to 170. When we drive up participation, we improve people's lives forever. You know that, so thank you all. And thank you for the trust I hope I'm having you in working with me to make this a reality. Thank you very much.